Hey there guys, Artistic Nick, thanks for the click. In today's drawing soccer badges tutorial, I'm going to be drawing the Liverpool F.C badge. That's Liverpool in England that play in the English Premier League. This is a really complicated drawing, so what I decided to do was draw this and really focus on the drawing and then do a voiceover afterwards. I'm just testing out a new mic as well today, so I'd like your feedback. How do you think the audio sounds? Is it better quality? Is it not as good as before? I'll put a link in the descriptions to the new mic. It's a Rode microphone which connects directly into the camera, so I hope this sounds okay. So as always with these drawings, I'm starting with a midsection, a midpoint, somewhere that I can work from so I can find a reference point. And in the centre of this flag there's almost, it looks like a badge or a shield with two semicircular lines coming down from the edge and meeting into the middle. These badges are quite complicated. This one is the most complicated that I've done so far. There's a lot of detailing work in there, and there's also quite a lot of lettering as well. It's the most lettering that I've found on any of the football badges so far, but we'll be getting to that in a little while. As you can probably see from the video, the pen that I'm using is not our usual Sharpie pen. I'm actually using a brush tip pen. You can get these from your local stationery shop. I got one from a shop called W.H. Smith's, which is in the UK. You can get these on Amazon. I will put a link to them down below in the description, so if you click on the descriptions box and have a look at that, I do a link to all of the stationery and equipment that I use, so that you can have a little look and browse, and if there's something that you need, you can click on that link. It takes you straight to the Amazon page, and I do get a small commission if you do buy something from there, so it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just a commission from Amazon. I think it's between 5 and 15%, so if you do that, thank you very much. It makes a huge difference to small YouTube channels like my own. Every penny counts, and I've actually used some of the money to buy this new microphone, so I'm reinvesting it into the channel, so thank you so much. If you have purchased something or you've gone through one of my links, it makes, like I say, a huge difference. So as you can see now, this badge is consisting of a lot of straight lines and a lot of these curved lines, these sort of semicircular lines, so a steady hand is really important. Keeping the pen moving is essential as well. This pen, not so much as the Sharpie pen, but the Sharpie pens do tend to bleed a lot, but nevertheless this pen, if I left it in one spot on the paper, would start to bleed a little bit. So making sure that you keep the pen moving is really important, and keeping these nice clean lines as best as you can. Now there is some areas that are going to be completely black, and I will use the brush end of this pen. So these pens that I'm using, they're called brush tips. One end is a very fine sort of felt tip pen. It's got quite a hard end, which is the end that I'm using at the moment in the video. And then the other end that you can see, it almost is like a paintbrush. It's a very soft, very long, thin end, and it's fantastic for doing large areas that need to be covered, but it's also very good for fine detail. So as you see later on in the drawing, I will be using the brush end to go around the lettering. There's like I said, there's a lot of lettering in this, more than any of the football badges that I've done. If this is the first time that you've visited my channel, thank you very much for clicking on the link. It makes a huge difference to small YouTube channels when you do click that thumbnail and watch the video and share and like and comment, because that just sends a signal out to YouTube saying that actually this content is worthwhile. And what happens then is my videos will be promoted in the suggested videos. They will appear in the search results higher up the page, so hopefully that will help me grow my channel. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing a lot of cartoon work and pen and ink work, but I have done an awful lot of realistic graphite work. That's what I started doing. My first videos on YouTube were all to do with graphite pencil drawings, mainly portraits of people, celebrities and things like that. So if that's what you're interested in, go and check some of my earlier videos out. My last graphite pencil drawing was a realistic glass of water, so that really turned out quite well. So if you're into drawing realism, photorealism, go and check that out. Again, that's another narrated tutorial, so I am starting to make all of my videos with a bit of a narration over it, just to give you some insight as to how I'm doing these things. When I first started looking at YouTube channels in the art sort of in the art genre. I used to watch an awful lot of fantastic artists, but a lot of the videos had no real tuition there at all. So I kind of fumbled my way along trying to figure out what pencils they were using, whether they were using charcoal or they were using a different type of medium, and just sort of bumbling my way along. So what I thought was, with my own art channel, I was going to give people all of the information that sort of I've gathered so far, and exactly how I'm doing things, what equipment I'm using. You can see in the video I've just changed to a Sharpie pen now. Either side of this badge there are some flames, and the flames are slightly thicker lines than what the pen that I was using was going to give me. So I did start to use the Sharpie pen here. You can see a difference in the line. There's a lot less definition with the Sharpie pen, but it does give you a thicker line, and that's what I was looking for. So don't be afraid to change pens here and there and test things out. The worst that you're going to do is you're going to waste one sheet of copy paper, which is what I'm using at the minute. I don't use expensive paper for these pen and ink drawings, but with my graphite paper I do use a much more expensive paper. I use a Strathmore Vellum. It's the Strathmore Bristol Vellum paper 300 series, which is fantastic for graphite work. It's a very smooth texture so that you can get very realistic skin tones, and it holds the graphite well, and also it doesn't fade, and it holds up with a fixative quite well. So that's the Strathmore Bristol if you're looking for something a little bit more substantial. I think that comes in at around about £8 for 20 sheets. But like I say, for these cartoon drawings, what I'm using is I'm using just plain old copy paper, the kind of thing that you would get in your printer. So at the top of this drawing now, there's a banner, and as you can see, I've just turned the paper around so it's into a landscape, in a landscape orientation. And this allows me to draw nice straight lines. I find personally, and most people that I've sort of spoken to and worked with, when they're drawing, they tend to find that they've got one best stroke, which is either pulling towards them or taking the pencil or pen away from them. I find that pulling the pencil towards me gives me a nice straight line, and as you can see there, those two lines are fairly parallel and they're quite straight. They definitely do the job. So it's personal preference, but I like to pull the pen towards me. Also when I'm drawing circles as well, so if I'm drawing a circle and I'm trying to get a nice rounded edge, I do like to pull the pen or the pencil towards me. So don't be afraid to move the paper around. If I was doing this drawing without it being on video and without filming it, I probably would move the paper around a little bit more. But because I'm obviously trying to film this and make as good a quality video for you guys as possible, I do try and move the paper as little as possible, just so that you can see the picture developing and coming on. So at the top of this drawing, there's an awful lot of detail. I'm guessing that in the actual Liverpool emblem or badge, it would be in gold. All of this that I'm drawing at the moment would be in gold. It looks almost like the top of a trophy or something that you would see maybe on a shield or a coat of arms, and it looks to me like it's metalwork. I don't know if it's gilding or something like that. If you know what it is, or you're a Liverpool fan and you know what I'm talking about, please drop me a comment down below, and I'll appreciate that, and I'll explain it a little bit better if I do another badge that's got something similar on there. If you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I'd really like to see my football team's badge being drawn, drop me a comment or get hold of me on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. You can even contact me through my website, which is ihowtodraw.com. That's the letter I, howtodraw.com. And there's plenty of opportunities on the website to contact me. There's an email address on there, which is artisticnick@ihowtodraw.com. And I'll be more than willing to give your football team's logo a go, or their badge, or whatever it is. Don't worry if they're not a Premier League team or one of the top teams. I've tried to cover as many of the top teams as possible, just simply because they're the most popular types of badge that people want to watch and want to learn how to draw. But some obscure league in some obscure country at the other side of the world, if they've got a good looking badge or something that you'd like me to draw, then send me some images across and I'll definitely give that a go. If you've subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. It means a lot. Don't forget to turn the notifications button on. I am aiming to do daily videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, go and smack the notifications button now. Turn the notifications on. Smack the subscribe button, I should say, and you won't miss anything that I'm doing. I've done various different series so far. I've done quite a few Pokemon, which have been a lot of fun to draw. I've done some Transformers, which took me back to my childhood. Transformers was a massive part of my life growing up when I was a youngster. So I've done a few Transformers. I've also done some horror movie characters. So I've had a go at Pennywise, the clown from It. I've done Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. So you sort of classic horror movie characters, all done in a cartoon style. So some of them, look really quite cute. I think the Pennywise from It looks quite cute. So check those out. Give them a like, give them a share. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like I say, it does mean a lot if you do send those signals out to YouTube that my videos and my content is something that's worth watching. Make sure you keep watching till the end, because this drawing really does start to pop once I start adding that black brush tip to the areas of the badge that are the darkest. So that would be fab if you are here still at the end. I hope I've not put you to sleep just yet. I don't support Liverpool. They're not my team. So if there's any Liverpool supporters out there and you can tell us a little bit more about this badge, I do know that there's a bird on there, which is the liver bird, and just let us know what that represents and what's special about the badge, what the history is around the badge. It does say on the bottom of this badge, established in 1892. So obviously it's a very long-standing club, and I'm sure that this badge does hold some historical facts and why it is the way that it is. So I'm always curious to find out more about other teams and what they're doing. So I'm just starting on this bird now. This is sort of the iconic part of the badge really that most of you will recognise, and it's a bird. It's looking over towards the left as we're looking at the picture. It's got these huge wings that come out on its back, and it's actually got something in its mouth. It looks like a plant of some sort, maybe a stick with a few leaves on there. So again, if you know exactly what that is, I'd love to know. So leave me a comment down below. And this is all coloured in black. So when we get to the excuse me, when we get to the colouring in part, I'm going to time lapse this because it takes a little while, particularly with all of the small details in there. But this bird is in black, and the banner underneath is also in black, and the edge of the badge in the centre. So the lines that you can see, they're also black. So again, this was a lot of fun to draw. It was very detailed, so hence the voiceover rather than me talking you through the entire process. I really did have to concentrate on this, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'd love to hear what you think at the end, whether you think it turned out well or not. I'm happy with it. I think I did create some nice, clean, straight lines, and you'll start to see the lettering taking shape very shortly now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you to watch this last few final bits of the details here, and I'll join you towards the end and just give you a thank you for watching and whatnot. So I'll check you guys out at the end, and I hope you're still watching and I've not put you to sleep. So we're nearing the end of this detail, going in now into the Liverpool lettering, and I'm going to be time-lapsing in a second, just colouring the rest of this in. So you'll see me using the tip of the pen with the brush on there, but I hope that you can see the resemblance of the Liverpool badge here. It certainly reminds me of the Liverpool badge. Like I said, I'm not a Liverpool fan, and I hope you like it so far. Stick till the end, and you'll see this time lapse coming up shortly. And I really do think that the black contrasting with the white really does make it pop. And it's probably one of the better badges that I've drawn so far in any of the tutorials. It's been a fantastic piece to draw. I've learnt a lot about the details and the things that a lot of the football badges have got in common, but also the things that are very different, like the lettering on this is very different. The flames I've not seen in any of the other badges. So you're going to see me time-lapsing this now using the brush end of the felt tip. And you'll see this really starting to take shape now. So I just wanted, before the video finishes, just to thank you for watching. It means an awful lot to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notifications button. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like me to draw in future content. I'll be more than willing to do it, whether it's a cartoon character or something else that you'd like me to have a go at. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. So there we have it, guys. That's my Liverpool FC badge or logo. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give this a go. I'd love to see some of your drawings. You can get hold of me on the website, which is howtodraw.com, and there's a section on the football badges page there where you can send me some of your pictures, and I'll have a look at them. I'll put them on the website, and I'll give you a shout out on the YouTube channel. You can also get hold of me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the notifications button on, and I'll see you in the next video. Hit subscribe, smack the notifications button, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.